going on, everybody? I got a couple things I want to go over. Notably, this Dior commercial that aired in prime time. And for some reason, this is a big top story on several news outlets. The reason that is the case, by the way, is because they want to try to smear the Dior stuff because they don't like that this brand actually stuck with JD throughout the years. One of the only companies that did, and they've benefited from it greatly, by the way. They make tons of money because of this. But apparently, because they dared to air this commercial during prime time on Fox Wednesday nights during a show called MasterChef. I have no idea what this is. Never watched it before. But apparently, this is the latest in outrage. This is about as ridiculous as those pictures and headlines were where he was coming out of the hotel with a cup. And there were multiple outlets saying that he must have been obviously wasted. That's why he had a coffee cup. So what a joke this is. But they're trying to somehow get Dior to go away. I don't think that's going to happen because Dior is making tons of money by hanging out with him and working with him. Like, seriously, they're making a lot of money off that cologne. It's like one of the top-selling colognes right now. That's all because they stood with him. And people like it when you stand with somebody and don't just bow down to all these outlets like people trying to smear them. People like it. Just the fact that he's still being trashed by these outlets means people will probably still support and go buy more of this Dior stuff. Like they make it worse. It's funny. They don't realize what they're doing, or maybe they do. I don't know. What I do know is more and more people are starting to stand up and say that this is all a bunch of BS. Mr. Gibbs from the pirate movies. If you don't know who I'm talking about, this is, of course, his first mate throughout all the movies. His loyal companion, his loyal first mate. And he's come out and said, listen, I don't know who this dark guy is they're talking about. His name is Kevin McNally. He played Mr. Gibbs in the movies, who was Captain Jack Sparrow's first mate. The actor has repeatedly shown support to JD, but he spoke to the Daily Express about his experience with the star both in front and behind the cameras. Needless to say, he only has positive things to say about JD. Here's what he had to say. Definitely. I've never seen a hint of any dark side to JD. I see a great humanitarian and a beautiful human being. I don't see any impediment for him coming back and playing Jack Sparrow. I think there was a general feeling that without Jack, there is no Pirates franchise, and there's probably a lot of truth in that. And then Greg Ellis, of course, has shown a lot of support, as you'd see his tweet right here, and that's from June 1st. Greg Ellis is a pretty good guy. He's been over on Tug's channel a few times. And it seems like Kevin McNeely is also a pretty good guy. Now, let's get into some pretty salty tea. So, as you know, Eve Barlow is AH's official spokesperson. Whenever you see something in the media that says AH spokesperson, this is who it's probably coming from. So the fact that this is out here like this now says a lot. So Eve says JD, but he went after Mos Crooked D. That feeling when the playground bully calls you a name and you still want to kiss their butt. Now, what is she referring to? Well, she's referring to this tweet right here from Musk that says, I hope they both move on. They're best. They are each incredible. So this is the only statement that he has made about the entire trial. It's the only time he's ever talked about it since. Well, he's talked about this stuff before, but in a long time. This is the first time he's said anything. And it was a very neutral statement, which, of course, you know that didn't go over very well with old AH. She wants 100% loyalty and allegiance. So when I see this statement being put out there, to me, this is coming directly from AH. Like, put that shot out there is basically what she was saying. And it's just kind of funny to me. Like, so you're going to burn that bridge because he wants to stay neutral? This is the bridge you're probably going to need the most as time goes on, considering the financial hole you're likely in. But I just found this crazy. This is a betrayal of Elon Musk. This is like one of her biggest cash cows. Because I don't think she ever really cared about him. Well, I think at the beginning, but it's mostly about what she can gain with people. And with him, it was a lot of money. So it's pretty crazy to see that knife move like it did, but it has indeed moved. Then finally, here's something that's a little funny. Now, remember, AH does not have the money to pay JD or even her legal team. But for some reason, she's out there flying around in private jets. Here she is right here, coming off of this private plane that she's on. It's a pretty nice little private plane, isn't it? There's Whitney. And even her PR guy is with her. And I'm going to show you those pictures in a second. She had 4 entourage members. I don't remember if that included Whitney or not. And a couple other people. And that PR guy who's still following her around. That guy's got the hardest job in the world. Good public relations for AH. I don't know how you pull that off other than maybe finding like that genie in Aladdin and making a wish, or maybe some Dragon Balls. Using those, you would need the ones from Namek too, because you would need 3 wishes. Oh wait, no, the Earth ones do that too, but you would need 3 wishes, so that way you could first erase everybody's memories of the trial, and then erase everybody's memories of all of the stuff that she's done. And then their relationship, and then she could have some good PR maybe. But interesting point right here, the 36-year-old Aquaman actress jetted from Virginia to New York on Thursday for a day trip with her sister Whitney and her assistant before returning to D.C. later in the day. She traveled on a private jet to and from New York, landing and taking off in Teterboro Airport. It is unclear how she paid for the plane, given that her legal team has said she cannot afford to pay damages to Depp. That's an interesting point, isn't it? So she can take a private jet from Virginia to New York, and then it's just a day trip. Let's just go to New York for the day. And then we're going to private jet back to D.C. That's interesting, isn't it? She can just jet around on private jets, which are expensive, by the way. It's not cheap to take a private jet. That's not a small little sum of cash to take a private jet. By the way, here's that PR guy. He went with her. This is him right here. I'm sure you've seen the pictures. Like, he's with her all the time, I guess, huh? It's a full-time job trying to run PR for AH. Anyway, that's pretty much it. I hope he does go and try to get some money for what happened to him. Maybe not bankrupt her, but she should have to pay some damages. There should be some justice for what happened. The justice did happen, but she should have to financially pay. I do think so. So we'll see. I guess maybe those private planes might be traded in for economy class tickets soon enough. Anyway, let me know what you guys think. Also, if you would, please like, subscribe, share the video. Make sure you're still subscribed. Hit that notification bell. I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.
Also, if you want to help support the channel, check out my Teespring store. There's a link in the description. You can find some merchandise in there that you might want to check out. Also, make sure to follow me over on Twitch. I do watch parties, play video games over there. They're always fun. Follow me over there and come hang out. Also, make sure you subscribe to YellowFlash, my other channel. There's a link to that in the description as well. I do a lot of live streams over there that I don't do on this channel. Usually smaller and a little bit more personal. So make sure you follow me over there and sign up.